11:59 at Radio Free America, and this is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
Hey there, everybody, and welcome to the Daily Gun Show. We come to you every day live on YouTube and simulcast over on gunchannels.com, where we watch all the comments from everyone watching the show live. One of the reasons that we started the show was for its interactivity with the live audience, so we appreciate everyone watching us live and watching us later. We also appreciate the feedback and everyone sub to all the channels and chat hosts. They all put in a lot of work, a lot of effort, so make sure that you check them out. And check out gunchannels.com. With that, we do have hosts today. Bob coming in from Canada. Welcome, sir.
Hey, glad to be here. We're waiting. Is our great leader on the road still, huh?
Yeah. G Webbs is out. He is, I believe he's homeward bound. So yeah, still out on the road. No internet at the moment. But yeah, and I'm over in Phoenix. So let's see, dig into the show here. Today is show 443, Wednesday, November 15th. We will be talking about entertainment, types of movies and TV show guns. Good idea, bad idea, single point slings. We'll also be guys talking about the route home for G-Webs out in the audience, if anybody's interested in that. And if we have time for it, the hashtag showdown. Plus all of our other stuff that you guys love so much, gun of the day, gun movie of the day, maybe, and the quiz and all that. So I guess before we dig into the show, talk about anything that happened overnight or in the wee hours of the morning. Bob, you got anything fun and exciting? Or anything?
Nope. I see in the chats they're saying that this is our fourth. Gun Channels turns 4 today, so hey,
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was saving that for the end part of this, but yeah, that is it. We pretty much came to the end by now, so yeah, this is 4 years of Gun Channels. Yeah.
Oops, I kind of screwed it up. Oh well.
Yeah, it's all right. You know what? I don't know. This one is just we're winging it anyway, pretty much. So, yeah. But today is the 4-year anniversary of Gun Channel. So, congratulations, everybody that's been around for the 4 years. Congratulations, everybody that's been around for 4 months. I don't care, 4 weeks, whatever. Everybody in there, we're all family. We're all friends. So,
yep.
Great place to be. Here's to I said it earlier, but here's the 40 more.
Yeah, 4 anyway.
Well, yeah, at least 4. At least 4. All right, so I guess with that we could dig into the show today. Entertainment, types of movie and TV show guns.
I don't know, where are we going with that? Like types. Are we talking props, or are we talking just the different types that you see in movies? Yeah,
because I mean, yeah, you're right about that. We could probably have our own show about that, have a dedicated week about that. Because yeah, we can go into westerns, we can go into war movies, we can go into modern war, we can go there's so much different stuff. There was something I noticed. I noticed brands. If you go into a lot more modern military movies, they do tend to stick kind of realistically. You notice a lot of HKs, notice a lot of SIGs going around, notice a lot of that kind of stuff. So
yeah, it's like whoever the bad guys or good guys get their guns from, they've got a contract with certain suppliers.
Yeah.
It's almost like maybe the prop guys have a contract with suppliers and manufacturers, huh? Sure see a lot of Glocks in movies these days, which I guess, Glocks are so prolific now. I mean, they're kind of like Chevys, right? Everybody and their dog's got one.
Yeah, that too. Or, I mean, it could be a price thing. I mean, they are pretty much a good gun that are, like you said, prolific. but they're also cheap, and I'm sure they can get replicas and the police trade in, same as us. They can probably find Glock stuff fairly cheap.
Yeah, because a lot of these the prop companies that supply the firearms, I mean, of course, they're going to, they're going to try to get them at the best prices they can.
Oh yeah,
they have to supply, you have to supply 50, rifles for bad guys, right? And I mean, I'm sure some movies specify it's got to be this type of rifle, or it's got to be that type. Other movies probably just go rifles,
Yeah. Now, do you think that they spread around those guns? Like we all know John Wayne and his Peacekeeper, right? Do you think that other people use that gun? It's just like a Hollywood prop and it's laying in a bucket somewhere, something like that?
I'm sure of it, yeah. Unless it's like an iconic, like, you mentioned John Wayne. I'm sure early on in John Wayne's career, he was just handed a prop 45. But once he got to be kind of a known star, he probably had his own prop guy, or probably used his own gun and just had the prop guy put blanks in it or something.
Yeah, this is mine, I'm going to use it now. Yeah,
but I'm sure that, like, for the regular run-of-the-mill bad guy number 4, he just gets handed up a gun, and whether it's functional or semi-functional, or whether it's just a rubber replica, depends on whether he's got to take a dive off a balcony or not.
Yeah.
G-Webs goes on about the guns that were used in Red Dawn, right? Like, they were a certain prop company owned those, and then they were used in other movies, and then eventually they were sold onto the civilian market.
Yeah, which I mean, that's just awesome for someone who's going to try to collect them or something. I think that's awesome that they do that.
Oh, yeah.
But that is rarity, though. That doesn't happen pretty much ever, barely.
Yeah, normally, if a prop company is going out of business or selling its products, it would go to another movie prop company, not to because, I mean, a lot of it probably is like rubber rifles and pistols and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, very realistic looking, some of them, but some of them not.
Yeah, and other ones, they're realistic looking until you see the guy take a fall, and then you notice it bend.
Yeah.
I've seen that in movies, and it just makes you go, what?
They must not have been paying 100% full attention to that scene before they let it out.
Yeah, that slips through, eh? It depends on the production quality.
Well, then, since, I mean, we're not to dwell too long on it, but since we're talking about types of movie and TV show guns, you always notice, I mean, bad guys and good guys, they get their kind of own separate guns. Especially in war movies, you'll see the bad guys always with their AKs and stuff like that.
Yeah, or back in the day, it was MP40s.
yeah, they're Nazi guns. And all, yeah.
MP40s, Mausers, and every officer had a Luger, even though those weren't actually that common, or weren't as common as, say, like a P38 or something.
Yeah. Yeah, in those times, I think they were just handing out whatever guns were around.
Oh, yeah.
We found this one. Use this.
Yeah. Yeah, probably a lot of 32 Berettas got utilized in those movies.
Yeah, there's not a lot of comments going on about this, so I guess everybody already knows about movie guns. Medax was saying a production of quality of sound effects like a cock in the hammer and striker fired pistol. Like, I've seen a couple of people that all they'll do is point their revolver, right, and you'll hear it go,
yeah,
like it's cocking back or something. Like, yeah.
Well, I've seen that. I've actually somebody mentioned Glock's cocking, and I was like, yeah. Now that you mention it, I've seen that in quite a few movies and TV shows and stuff. And it just like, oh, really? Like, now that it's been mentioned to me, I notice it all the time.
I know, seriously, it's like ruined movies for me, but Is this? Oh yeah, Angry saying racking a shotgun when the guy's holding a double barrel. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or and then Angry said, or people threatening others with a 1911 and the hammer's down.
Yeah.
That gun ain't gonna shoot.
And then they do shoot him.
Yeah, yeah.
Do that without pulling the hammer back. Yeah. So. Yeah, that's pretty funny. But I mean, that's your production, your continuity. Yeah, continuities. Because we've seen where the gun's locked back, the slide's locked back, it's empty, and then he'll be talking to the bad guy, or the bad guy's talking to him, and then the camera switches back to the other person, and now it's not locked back anymore. But nobody did it. It's just like in between scenes, the prop guy went, "Oh shit, that's locked back now. We'll just slide that forward."
Let's fix that. We don't have a sound effect for that though, so
no,
do it off screen.
Oh, that's right. And then it's like just nobody catches it, or they don't want to reshoot the first scene or whatever, right? They just count on the viewers not noticing.
But or Cycle's bringing up a good one too. Whenever the bad guys pull their guns out of their pant or whatever, they always rack the slide. Like they're always Israeli carrying.
Yep. And yeah, you never see a round come out of the action. I've even seen where supposedly cops who are carrying it, with a round in the chamber, whether it's a Glock or whatever, and they'll go to hand the gun to someone and they'll drop the mag and then they'll rack the slide, but they don't catch anything, right? Like nothing comes out. So it's like, you were carrying that thing empty, dumbass. So yeah, there's lots of continuity problems, let's say.
Yeah.
But
so,
no, yeah, like you say, with movie guns and props and shit like that, you could go on forever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. I think it was a few weeks ago we were talking about the cowboy guns that never go empty, 6-shooters that have 30 rounds in them and stuff. So yeah.
Of course, they never missed either. I mean, that's another whole. That could be another whole show. How is it that the good guys never ever miss? The bad guys can dump thousands of rounds and never hit, or if they do, it's just a flesh wound.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Should we just kind of call this one?
Yeah, it's 20 past the hour, so yeah, I guess so.
Well, we're gonna have to revisit that. There's just too much meat on the bone there to do in one show.
I don't think that we could ever stop visiting it. I'm pretty sure that's something we can constantly go back to. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, we'll move on to our second segment here, which is good idea versus bad idea. Single point slings today. But before we do that, between the first and second segment, we like to focus on Gun Channel member or Patreon or somebody that's in the 2A community. Today is Marco. I believe, what's his handle? Digital, right? Or something like that. I forgot what his handle is, but I think it's digital something on Gun Channels. But
Digital Profit.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, but he's a good dude, man. I've had plenty of conversations for him. Now he is a fast, smooth talker, so yeah, you gotta be prepared to listen when he's talking. But yeah, he's a good dude. I like him. Definitely has been doing a lot of the SHOT Show stuff and helping promoting gun channels, especially on Instagram and all that stuff. So yeah, he's definitely doing a lot of work over here.
Yeah,
a lot of work.
Got to give Marco some credit for a tiny little guy. He does get around.
Yeah.
Probably got like 900 pairs of shoes in his closet, but he's one of those shoe guys. So yeah, but he's an all right little guy. Tiny Mexican guy.
Now, has Marco been around the whole time, or is he somewhat new? I know he's been here before me, longer than 2 years at least.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time. I don't know if he was here right at the very start, but pretty soon afterwards, if not. Yeah, because I remember him from the chats way back.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I know he was here way before me. So.
Yeah. But yeah, Marco's a good guy. Like I say, but yeah, he very much a smooth talker, and yeah, he's always got lots to say.
Oh yeah. And we got G Webs joining us. Hello, sir.
How's the audio?
Sound good?
Can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, we were just doing Marco. We just finished up with the whole movie guns. So we're moving on to Marco. And then let's see here. Then moving on to good idea, bad idea.
Yeah, single point slings. I actually have one. It's terrible. Maybe it just doesn't work with a VZ, but yeah, it's just goofy as hell. I don't like it.
So you're saying bad idea?
I say bad idea, definitely.
G-Webs, single point sling.
What? Single point sling? Always a bad idea.
And I actually agree, but I have some good qualities to point out on single point sling, so I'm going to say good idea, just argue. So I'll start off, and since I'm the one that has to prove why I'm right, it's not, I wouldn't consider a single point sling necessarily a sling. I would consider it something more to tether a rifle or a pistol caliber rifle, which would probably be optimal, just to tether to you. So you have that gun on you. It's not for support. It's not for anything that a 2-point sling is for. I would almost say it's apples and oranges in a way, just by the different uses. Obviously, you could take a 2-point sling, wrap it around your weak hand, and get a little stronger of a grip on the rifle and all that. But I do think that single point slings still have their purpose. Good idea.
Well, yeah, you're just so wrong. I mean, yeah, it's a tether system. I mean, you might as well just have a little hook on it and hang the stock to your rig, to your load carrying vest. I mean, which is basically what it does. It's so much less useful than a real sling. It just makes no sense to have it.
I mean, half of a sling's job is to shoot better, to give you a stable platform, and then the other half is to keep it tied to you. So that's half the use of a sling, and that one does it in a way that flops it all around. So it's not really tethered to you. It's tethered to you, but it's not secure. You're not in control of it. That's my problem with it.
No, that's true. But now, say, like I said, a pistol would probably be something optimal. AR pistol, AK, whatever. Now, say you have your AR pistol, and you only have a single point sling on it. You're still able to push that gun out. It's not going to be it's going to be flopping around. It's a fact. But for shooting wise, you can still get it.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I don't think that just because people put them onto pistols doesn't mean it's optimal for pistols. You can still put on an AR pistol, you can put a receiver end plate with a swivel. So you can have your one part of your sling attached to the back of the receiver end plate like you would on a rifle, because that's a good place on an AR to put a sling. Yeah. And then you can put something on the front of whatever handguard you got on your pistol or on the front sight and still have 2 points of attachment so that when you do tether it to yourself, sling it, it can be slung in a way that doesn't flop all around chaotically. And when you go to shoot it as a shooting platform, it's way more stable because now you've got 2 points of contact with the gun going around your body, where when you put a single point on, you're going around your body. So yeah, you can pull against it, but you're pulling against 1 point, like a fulcrum. So now you're trying to balance on a teeter-totter as opposed to having 2 legs.
Yeah. I mean, the only time I've ever
single points are I was going to say single points would be okay for like a pair of binoculars, but even then, you'd want a thing going to a strap going to two sides of your binoculars so they don't spin all around and orientation for you.
Yeah, for sure.
A 2-point sling provides orientation. That's the way to describe it. It gives your front of your gun a different place than the back of your gun. So no matter what, you can consistently go to the back of your gun. You're not fumbling around trying to get your gun into position before you actually need it.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. I mean, how I understand in a stressful situation or something, if you were having to use your rifle in defense or whatever, I understand that would be a thing. But really, how hard is it to just grab? You look down, see the pistol grip, grab it, and no matter what orientation it's in, it's not going to be spun around ridiculously to the point where you can't push the gun out. You know.
Oh no, I disagree. When you sling something, especially an AR or an AK that have, grips on them as opposed to like an M1 Garand or something, which is like a shotgun style stock.
Right.
You can't. Let's say, for example, I don't know where you're going to attach your single point sling. Most people attach it to the receiver end plate or on the back somewhere. So now you've got that one point. There's nothing that keeps it oriented on you. It might keep it in front of you. It's definitely somehow oriented to your nuts all the time. So you're going to get magazines and pistol grips in your nuts. It can do that efficiently. But when it's time to reach down for it, 2 points of attachment means your pistol grip is always in the same place and you're always drawing it the same way. Where with that, unless you are going to run a single point with some sort of a additional thing like a holster or a strap, and some teams were the only people that actually use these things for a reason. And I think what you're saying is more accurate. They're using like a breaching shotgun with a single point sling as a tether, the same way you'd have a tether on your pistol, just so you don't drop it.
Yeah.
Where they're also going to have it tucked under something or stowed behind a piece of other gear, or like you say, with some sort of a Velcro attachment that actually straps it to them to act as the other point of attachment.
Yeah, the single point sling is kind of like for the people who also need, the string going their mittens so they don't lose them.
All right. Well, let's see what.
Are we talking about Michigan again?
Let's see here. Angry on the Gun Side was saying, what about machine pistols? Let's see.
I think it's like a Glock or something, or a Scorpion.
I guess. But I would have I don't know. They make holsters for those.
You should have a lanyard for those, and other than that, they're in your holster. You just want a lanyard, so if you're, if you get
loot, it costs a lot of money. Yeah.
Something while you're on your horse, you won't just drop it off the horse.
And then Car Carriers on YouTube, he brings up those Haley slings that can switch between single and 2-point. They have that like QD like hook thing.
So I mean, a fan of extra stuff to do pointless goals. Like, let's make a sling have extra components that can break and make it more cumbersome and tedious to operate, so that you can do something pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much, 2-to-1 on you there.
Well, yeah, I mean, both of my guns have 2-point slings on them, so what can I say? But I do own a single point sling. I don't have a gun to put it on yet.
I own a single point sling too, but I don't use it.
I think the other problem is they do exist, and for some reason, a lot of people assume since something exists, it must have a use, and they just haven't discovered it yet. Or maybe it's valid because they saw something on a TV show or something, or maybe even in a real situation with real police or something. But it's annoying. So you're going to get people who, in a capitalist country, if there's a demand for something, even if there's not a demand, they can create a demand by just making something exist. And like I say, some people see that in the store and go, oh, it exists. There's packaging. It's a product. It must be valid. Let me try it. And some of that, I suspect, is, I don't think in a bad way, but they're just trying to fill a demand. So they don't care if it works or if it's applicable to the most situations. They're just going to make something that people are asking for, whether or not the people who are asking for it, you know, are asking for it because they saw Travis Haley carried around in a video one time.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of it's tactical, right? So, yeah, definitely 2 points. Well, the way to go.
That work. I think that shaming tactical people is the same as shaming FUDs or hunters, and there's no reason for it. If someone wants to be practical with their firearms and know how to use them well and train from people who use guns every single day, law enforcement and military, then I'm not going to shame them for that. And if it's a pursuit they want, then great. You know, people oil paint. I don't oil paint. I don't have to give them shit about it. But again, just because something is made out of nylon, I don't think it's tactical or nothing. That's a very pointless piece of equipment that always gets characterized as tactical. I think to be actually tactical, it has to be useful.
Yeah.
I'm just saying people have the impression that it's tactical because they see it in a lot of movies and TV shows.
Yeah. Anybody who's not really paying attention, I guess, just goes, or maybe a kid or something that's learning, or somebody's just getting into guns. But that's what I guess I'm saying is I hate the concept of them, or I don't like the concept of them mainly because of that. Like, they exist, they're clogging up the market. I'd rather see more competition between various versions of 2-point slings that are useful than having them fog the works. Put more stuff on the shelf.
Yeah, I hear you on that, but I mean, I don't know. I always get milsurp slings, and those work just fine for me. I don't even think that the 2-point sling really needs too much more innovation.
Yeah, the only thing that's really been innovated, in my opinion, that's over the standard military style, just a sling, is the idea of making it adjustable. And the ones I like are the ones that just take the the shoulder strap adjustment from an Alice pack and add it to a military sling. And then further, they put a pad on it because if you're carrying that thing around all day, it can get heavy. But basically, it's a military sling. They added a pad to the 1/3 of it so that when it's over your shoulder, it's not digging into your neck or something so bad. And then they added the shoulder strap, cinch thing from Alice pack. So it's basically, that got that little piece of 550 on it. You pull up the little lever and it'll be open and you can adjust the sling however you want. And then when you let go of it, it clamps back down. So it's fairly strong because it's made for Alice packs, the military backpack for a long time. And it's super cheap and really only puts one extra failure point in there, which, like I say, is made for the military. It's military hardware. So it's not like, just something made in China that looks like something I saw on a TV show.
Yeah, right.
Yep. All right. So pretty much
we can suggest sell slings for you. You can take all your single point slings and sell them to some sucker, take that money and go over to our Patreon. Support the show. You're welcome.
There you go.
Or a little sewing work, and you could turn that single point sling into a 2-point sling.
Oh, there you go. Here's the other thing I don't like about single point slings. And every once in a while they put it on a regular sling. That stupid piece of bungee cord.
Oh yeah.
That's the idea. Oh, well, I want my thing to dangle, but I also want it to bounce around. So when it hits me in the nuts, I don't just want it to be like a pendulum. I want it to be like a jackhammer.
I want it to really hurt.
I don't know. No, I'm getting hit in the nuts because of repetition.
I guess that way you'd build up a tolerance to it.
I could do like a
kung fu guy.
Maybe a guy that wanted to disarm people with those single point slings made it so it's like one of them catapults. You just grab the gun and pull it far back and hit them back in their face.
Let's talk about that concept. So a double point sling, you have your 2 points of contact to the gun in 2 different places, which automatically means the thing, if you laid it down on the table or something, it's going to look like the letter D, right? Not like a big loop. You put a single point sling on, especially one that's well made. So, somebody makes it super well made with good material and strong hardware. And now somebody comes up to you and grabs your gun. Who's their bitch? You are, because you've basically just tied yourself to a piece of metal that anybody can grab from you if you're not looking and thrash you all around the place.
Yeah, and it's
Single
tied.
point,
It's tied
you
up to
really
the
can't
center of
do
your
that.
balance.
Yeah, with a double, 2-point sling, at least you got a potential of throwing an arm up and ducking down and getting out of that if that situation happens.
Yeah, I never thought about that. At that point, you've just become a rag doll. Yeah.
Yep.
Some giant dude on meth is like coming at you, and then yeah, you're just giving them a way to hold, like a leash. Let me put a leash around my body, and you do what you want with it.
Oh,
All right, so we
But at
settled
least
that one. It's just dangerous towards your man jewels.
Most of them are made out of garbage though, so they'll just rip as soon as somebody starts to do that. So you're lucky if you got one. Because that's the other thing. Nobody legit even hardly makes them, so there aren't too many that are made well. Most of them are just made. So now we saved slings, and made some money for the show. What do we
There
go
you
to
go.
next?
Now, and speaking of which, I think we should be talking about the show route. How's the route going?
We didn't get any email responses to which way to go, right? At least not as I was driving. So after the Cowboy Museum, wait, when was I yesterday? Was I in Tulsa?
yesterday, yeah, you were still in Oklahoma, weren't you?
Yeah, but was I in Tulsa or Oklahoma City?
I think you're in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I thought you were in OKC, but I don't know.
Okay, so yeah, so then I got from there to Hatch. So I'm like still 5 hours from home. But yeah, we didn't get any feedback really, so what I ended up doing is just going down 40, the boring, stupid way to get back. And Raphael had taken his sister and his dad to go see the Grand Canyon out of from Oklahoma or from Tulsa, and they were headed back towards Dallas. So they were heading east on 40. I'm heading west on 40. When we texted each other, we were both basically 2 hours from Santa Rosa, this little town in New Mexico, and we ended up meeting up and eating dinner.
Oh, very cool.
That was pretty cool. So we got to hang out, and we were talking about earlier, got to eat some actual food with flavor in it instead of that for the Single Point Sling of Mexican food that they have in Oklahoma.
Like that meat and potato, breadbasket of the West type food.
Yeah, so we went to a Mexican place. I don't know if everybody already talked about this on the show or not. We've talked about it a lot otherwise, though. And, we're all from Texas and Arizona and places. And, Peter 26 takes us to this quote-unquote Mexican restaurant. They had tortillas and they had cheese, but, like, their rice was white with, like, green chives chopped up into it. It was like something you'd expect to see in France or something. Germany, I don't know who the hell makes rice with chopped up chives in it. No tomato at all, no spice, no flavor. Everything was just like cheese with tortillas wrapped around it, and then like some, it wasn't ketchup, but it was some kind of a sauce that wasn't that flavorful. Anyhow, so we went to a place in New Mexico and had the opposite, actual flavor.
Where the spice is used to cover up the fact that the meat's gone slightly off.
Huh?
Where the spices are used to cover up the fact that the meat's slightly off.
Actually, there's some. I heard an interesting thing about why people in Central America eat the spicy stuff so much, and I can't remember what it is now, but it had something to do with like working people or something. Maybe it was when they were building the pyramids. I don't remember, but I don't know. Probably something to that.
I think the spice also might make you sweat, and of course that's going to help cool you off.
Yeah. Here's something. I went to, I go to vegan places when I can. So in Oklahoma City, the only place that was open is some weird cupcake place. Like all they made was cupcakes. But I got a couple of vegan cupcakes, and one of them was chocolate with some kind of pepper in it, like jalapeno or something. Not jalapeno, but some sort of other like super hot pepper type of thing. That was actually pretty good. You'd eat it and it didn't taste like pepper or nothing, but then you got like a warm after, like you do when you eat something with pepper in it. I don't think I would ever, put those two together. I've seen it, I'm sure, but that was the first time I had an opportunity to try one. It was all right. I'd probably eat it again. I don't know if I'd eat it every day or nothing, but it's interesting.
Yeah, that kind of pepper, you generally get a warm after, all right. But yeah, I don't know. Vegan cupcakes just don't sound right. Don't you need to put lard and fat and stuff?
But as long as there's like a cow being slaughtered next to the vegan cupcake, Bob would probably eat it. As long as something okay.
Something has to die, then it's yeah.
Anyway, so that's where we're at on the tour. Heading back and then getting ready for the next legs.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got in the show today, though?
Well,
Yeah. So that'll bring us to the, I guess, the hashtag showdown, unless. Oh, go ahead, Bob.
no, I was just going to say, yeah, the hashtag showdown.
I suspect this week's going to be kind of crazy. There's a lot of contestants that I know of, and probably others that I haven't checked out yet.
Let me screen share here.
Probably a lot of pictures got taken in the last week or so.
So I already did the math pre-show, and this is where we left off.
Oh, right on. So the question is if all these fellas put the hashtag Daily Gun Show in there or not. We'll find out.
And last week, just for reference, we were at 1190, I think. I thought it was like 1191 or 93 or something weird like that. And this week we are at, holy crap, 1263. So let's go back down and start this thing off. All right, so we got Trump here in, looks like North Korea. President Trump asks if he supports extreme vetting for people.
Probably not North Korea, but
yeah, South Korea, whatever. Do they want to buy a gun? He said, "Look at Chicago with extreme gun control. It's a disaster." Yeah, I'll remember that one. And that was from 2018 Matters, and we got a repost from Scotty. Like that one. When I first saw this one, I thought they were keychains. I had to look at it twice.
Tiny little guns.
Yeah.
Single point slinging it.
Yeah. Well, they know what they're doing wrong now.
Yeah, not we, just help them.
Yeah. Just imagine how much noise though those buckles make rattling around.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Grouping RX. Now that's a fake dog, so that doesn't count as a dog picture.
No.
To me anyway.
No, it doesn't. No, so you're out of luck there.
Yeah.
Plus it's a corgi.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, it looks like we have a Chiquita Banana magazine.
All right.
It looks like it's gone bad already.
Yeah.
It's not yellow anymore.
Well, you know, when they turn black, that's when they're really good for making them into banana bread.
We got Chris here with an AR.
That's why I don't eat banana bread, because it's always got rotten bananas in it.
Yeah. Who wants to eat rotten bananas?
You haven't tasted good banana bread then.
Probably haven't. I shy away from that. It's also got nuts in it. Not a big fan.
It's made with animal fats too, so yeah, that'd be another reason. Oh, looks like somebody's phone dropped out. So what we're looking at on the screen now is that would be Steadily Deadly AK-47 with the top off it.
I blame G-Webs for that.
Phone drops and takes you with him.
Yeah. Just pull me right out with you, huh?
I feel like
Feel like what?
Feels like Skynet just took over his brain.
because of my banana bread.
Yeah, it's not even like a
banana.
crackle.
Yeah.
It's like bubbling. Like blah, 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 blah.
Banana bread.
Banana bread.
All right, so we're looking at that one from Steadily Deadly.
Yeah, we've been looking at this one for like an hour now. So yeah, Steadily. Another one from Steadily.
Oh, that doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
With a little bail on it.
Yep.
Okay, so we do have one here. G-Webs was right about at least.
Yeah. That's from Ghost Tactical. Let's see.
660 miles to Chicago, LA, 1,500 miles.
Yeah. Nope.
Pass.
Yeah. Oh, that's one. Actually, that's, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the grip.
Yeah, the stipple, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of neat.
I think it looks like he chopped it a little bit too. I think he chopped that grip to make it 26, Glock 26 size. But I don't know. Heard of people doing that before.
Looks kind of stubby.
Yeah, there's that early watch character.
Yeah. Blah blah.
Clover Tack.
Yeah, that's not bad. And that's not even the whole show. That's just
like a quarter of it, pretty much. That's just an aisle, right?
Yeah, like he says in his post, they're 6 times bigger than the picture.
Damn. And yeah, it looks like he got a nice little camera view. Walked up some stairs and got like a bird's eye view. That's really cool.
There's 2 levels there, right? So you can get up on the top level and look down on the lower level.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's just crazy huge. Oh, that looks nice.
Very nice. Go-to gear.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh, we got Pimp Daddy Clover Tack over here.
Yeah, I like the blonde.
Yeah,
she's close to my age.
Yeah, her neck. I was gonna say her neck's a little wrinkly there.
Yeah, but that what neck?
Well, yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be too picky either. Yeah.
Oh, here. More from Steadily Deadly.
Yep. And we got the Hands of Gun channels.
Hands across the gun channels. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm missing out of that.
Yeah, ran out of gun channel
patch.
It looked like somebody had a donut patch.
You're in it. Oh yeah,
Mr. Wright did that.
Yeah.
He did that intentionally. But I'm sitting over to the right, and he didn't get me.
He's like, quick, everybody, over here before G-Webs gets up.
Oh yeah, Romanian.
I wonder if this has to be his parking lot or somewhere that he frequents often.
I feel like he had to kill a rhinoceros or maybe an elephant to make that picture, and that's not right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on a dead elephant hide, it looks like. One that he sprayed.
Like a black rhino.
Oh, exactly. That's probably a black rhino, yeah. Or maybe it was a white rhino, the last one in the world, and then he just painted it black so nobody'd know he'd killed it.
Exactly, like, uh-oh, I shouldn't have killed that white one. I'll just make it a black one. They're only half as rare.
Yeah.
Another repost, Scotty repost. That's I laughed at that when I first seen it.
All right, I like that one. That's funny.
Magazine don't go there.
So we got and
you gonna say something, G? Alrighty. Oh snap, Biker Bob.
now I think my internet's pretty shitty. I'll just kind of watch.
All right. I like that, Bob.
Yeah, that's. I just need a little instruction tag on it for other people, right? It's carjacking, pull pin, and exit car.
Got another one from Chris.
Oh yeah. Find me some of that tape.
Look at this. Look at this trigger discipline.
Oh, I know. It's terrible, right?
He's pointing it right at him.
Yeah. You could blow that cigarette apart. Then it'd be waste of smoke.
Rule breakers.
Oh,
The Walking Dead girl.
okay.
Rupin. I like that patch.
Yeah.
Now that is, oh no, that's the PVC one. Okay, I thought that was one of the older, the Stitch one.
Yeah. No.
That's that giant one.
Yeah.
That was like the run, I think, that got the size wrong and they're huge.
Yeah. And then he got some, looks like Bitcoins over there, I guess. I didn't know they were physical. Got Chris here with his, not, is this a not 1911 or a 1911? I can't tell. I think this is,
Is that really his picture? It's not even on a knife or anything.
yeah, it's just balancing in a corner, all easy about it.
Just because it's a Kimber, he doesn't want to, take any risks with it, I guess.
You don't mix the Kimbers with the Glock knives.
No, well, you wouldn't want to do that anyway because the Glock knife would contaminate the Kimber.
Yeah, it'll
Does
rust.
Kimber make knives? Are there Kimber knives? You would think there would be.
I doubt it. I don't think there is.
I don't think they make a good enough quality knife to put Kimber on it.
Yeah, they usually don't make knives in MIM, so I don't know. We got Steadily. I like the filters. I'm gonna have to Steadily one of these days. I'm gonna have to email you and get what filters you use. Scotty Repo, man, he's been working hard on reposts. It's early watch guy again. Whatevs. 2018 matters. Mr. and Mrs. EU, turn them all in now, and we may not charge you unless later we can connect you to a crime. Police launched 2-week weapons surrender in England and Wales. It can happen here, right? It can't happen here, right? Never know.
Yeah, it can happen anywhere.
Got Clover. What is this here? Oh, 1895 GBL 4570. Nice.
That's for those people who just can't spend enough money on ammo.
We got the van patch, pretty cool, on Moon. Another repost like this real quick. Early watch again. And then Clover Tag. Oh, it's a new one where this one has better trigger discipline. Very good.
Yeah, much better.
And I believe
that really does look like Clover, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has like those little wrinkles right there in the eye, and he's got the pipe. Yeah.
Yeah. Nose looks pretty close.
I think that is it. No, here we go. Biker Bob. Oh, we got the sticker pack and the patches. Very cool.
Yeah, and the cards. Yeah, they're very nice cards. Yeah, those just fulfilled my Christmas shopping list.
Nice. And Chris, we got a manufacturer that shall not be named bouncing on a rock in a forest.
So in other words, Bob's like, these are so nice, I'm regifting them.
I'm keeping one.
And oh snap, another one from Bob.
See, once I discovered Instagram, you saw what happened, eh?
Yeah, everywhere. Oh wow, we got it out.
Yeah, I think we saw that one last week. I think so.
Oh yeah, we did 7 days ago. So we are at our.
It is a pistol scope, by the way. So yeah, the eye relief is not that ridiculous.
All right, so that was it. Are we? I think I'm gonna take Jodeci this time with the banana mag. Even though he said banana clip in the description, and that drives me crazy.
I'm going to go with Bob's grenade gear shifter.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the tactical leprechaun clovers. So somebody's got to break it.
We got a tactical leprechaun. We have an explosive gear shifter. And we have Chiquita Banana. Any votes out here in the lab? Where are you looking at, Bob? I'll look at the other one.
I'll look at the Daily Gun Show.
All right.
While you guys are looking, anybody ever make, remember back when there was banana seats on bikes? Did anybody ever make a yellow one?
I've seen like a cream colored off-white kind of yellow looking one, but no, I've never seen a yellow one that I know of.
See, they missed an opportunity back then. They should have made them in yellow, and then people could have put like their banana sticker on it, or even put a banana sticker on it right away.
Yeah, I've seen white and black and silver metal flake and all kinds, but I don't think I've ever seen a yellow one.
That's the thing. It was that was the thing to get back then, was the that flake. I remember that. That was the cool one.
Oh yeah, I've still got a motorcycle helmet with that metal flake on it. All right, Angry says gear shifter.
Oh, that's
of course,
it.
Bob to recognize the ones that are voting for his picture.
Yeah, I recognize that.
Well, good ones.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's all I'm getting. Clovertech said something about Boo breaking the rules is the best. It was a collaborative effort and an awesome picture. Oh, that must have been the coffee and the muzzle and the cigarette.
Well, Bob's was collaborative to some extent because he had that live grenade and he didn't want to drill the bottom out, so he gave it to his friend to drill the bottom out and tap it.
We didn't tap it. We just welded a bolt to the bottom. You just got to keep it from getting too hot, so it's real short little welds.
Yeah, not even the blue kind. That's
Hey, I just found that on the army base. What am I going to do? I just thought that'd make a good shift. At least I got.
So whoever said leprechaun, Sean said, Callanan said leprechaun, and Ghost said tactical leprechaun.
I think we're getting leprechaun from Cycle Camp 2. Ghost says leprechaun. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to give it to the leprechaun today.
Very cool. Clovertech, congratulations. You're the winner.
Man, you got her. Clovertech, his new tactical leprechaun with better trigger control.
Yep.
Well, I mean, it's him, right? It's his picture, basically. They just somehow made it look like a cartoon slightly.
Yeah.
It's even got his eyebrows.
And took his finger off the trigger, so this doesn't happen. Yeah, you like that? It's slick. You guys know what that sound means. Time to crack them knuckles, whip out them keyboards. It's time for the daily tactical pop quiz. Today, our quiz comes to us from Angry American over on dailygunshow@gmail.com. So anybody that has any show suggestions, quiz suggestions, anything like that, feel free to go over and visit us at dailygunshow@gmail.com. Let's see here. So the Mateba auto revolver was offered in what 3 calibers? The Mateba auto revolver was offered in what 3 calibers? I think isn't this the one that was the one that the Chiappa ripped off? With the Rhino or whatever.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, the Italian one.
Yeah.
Sorry, the
389 and 357 is not right.
Negative.
A 380 revolver? 38, no. No, no, Clayton, you're not
The
right.
Medusa, not the Mateba.
Rock Humper is super, super close.
Yeah, so is Ghost. I think Clover got it.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think Clover got it. So the answer is the Mateba Auto Revolver was offered in 357 Magnum, 44 Magnum, and 454 Casull. Congrats, Ghost. Or Clover.
Just
Clover. Yeah,
so,
that was
Prince, how much did Clover have to pay you guys off to win both the hashtag showdown and the tactical pop quiz?
we don't have to tell you that. You're out in the road.
Yeah. Anybody that wants to find out can visit us at dailygunshow@gmail.com.
And Ghost is not happy. He missed it by a smidgen.
It's all right.
Yeah. That's too bad. Oh, guess what? That makes Clover Tack. That makes you the tactical hot shot of the day. There you go. Jeez, we need Smiggy back.
All right. I want to take us into the gun of the day since I'm still screen sharing.
Sure. What's the gun of the day? Let me see. I picked it, so I should know what it is. Oh, right. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Remington Model 870 Police Magnum. So that is your working gun. That is the best pump action shotgun, bar none. And the reason it is because it's been used the longest and it is just state of the art, the best. It's been copied, but no one's ever come close to it.
What makes the police model a police model?
I think it's the finish and the barrel length.
All the trigger guard and the parts are metal instead of plastic also.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize the metal. Well, that's, why. Because all mine are metal because mine are old.
And didn't the police come already with the extended mag or no?
Yes, it did.
Probably.
Yeah, very cool.
Wow. If we can stop Bob from talking about the gun of the day for a while, on to the next thing.
It's a really good gun. Anyway, yeah, that's just our gun of the day. Nice and simple, just Remington 870 Magnum. Like I say, best pump shotgun made in the world. It's there's others like it, but there's none quite as good.
Now, a caveat to that, remember to buy old Remington, not new Remington.
Right, yeah. Well, that should, anytime I mention it, then everybody should know I mean buying the oldest one you can find. It's the best. Right.
Yeah, not Freedom Groupington.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's our gun of the day. I like them. Solid shotgun, definitely solid shotgun. I don't know. I've liked that the 500 and I like the 590 A1, but I don't know, man. I've always liked this one. So
No,
the only thing is good for is water because they're aluminum.
Yeah, but anyway, that's our gun of the day. So let's continue on then. What else we got? Hey, do we have a gun shop today?
Oh, we'll do BMC Tech. I went over there earlier this morning. I was there by like 2 a.m. I wanted to see if they had a mailbox because I had van patches. I hadn't even given them yet. So went by there. They're about 15 minutes off the highway. If you're in Albuquerque area, the 25, the road that goes north and south through Albuquerque, they're about 15 minutes off of that. So pretty close to the highway. And real good all around shop. And they show up at all the gun shops, the gun shows. So most of they have a lot of accessories. They have a lot of parts and for different guns, and they're big on patches and morale stuff. So they're one of the few people that bring a substantial amount to the gun shows out here. So real friendly. They were nice enough, Rob and I, when we were doing the tour last time around, a couple years back, I guess now, and just always been real helpful. So good people. They're real active on Instagram. They're real active in their community, which is what I like about them. Plenty of gun shops exist, and they're more than happy to pull money out of the economy. And they may or may not be active in, I don't know, shooting sports or something else, but BMC being active on the Instagrams and on the web, I think is great, because that's actual gun shop sending out info instead of just gun people. So always good to see gun shops participating in what we're doing out here.
Oh yeah,
some
absolutely.
bad news too. A post from Fall Creek from Sean. It looks like they're going to discontinue the Andalusia Armory show for a while.
Oh, that's
a bummer. But it's just they're getting too busy.
Yeah, he's got other things he's got to do that at that time slot, so they're going to try to work it in again if they can.
Okay, well, it's good that it's not just they're just not giving up. But yeah, kind of sucks, but I'm sure they'll be back, and that's a good show.
Oh yeah, I mean, if he's out there making money right now, that's awesome. More power to him. Yeah, I thought they were going to stop because of something else.
Yep.
So cool.
You thought they were stopping for Bob? That's what I figured too, but they didn't say that.
Like this guy's still on gun channels. All right, we're gone.
Hey, not like I'm Yankee.
All right, so is that going to crap? We don't have a movie. I haven't seen any good movies lately. I watched Rambo a couple of days ago. That was it.
So movie of the day is Rambo?
Yeah, sure. Sounds like it. Yep.
Didn't you have an MC in that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
I like the book better since we're talking about the movie, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where I seen it, but the other day I watched a documentary on Rambo, and it's pretty interesting. I guess the book Rambo is a lot different than the movie, and it's kind of neat. It was all about it was like one of those DVD extras, like the behind the scenes directors chat and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
One of my favorite movies, right at the right time. Thought it was awesome, and the others are not the same. It turned into a weird, I don't know what to call it. It was movies for kids, I guess, but there weren't like toys or anything. So it was just like, I don't know. They turned into just old action blockbuster type of movies as opposed to the first one, which was more of a, I don't know what to call that. Just a really cool action type of movie, like almost an independent action movie.
Yeah, and it was more like the first one was more like, it actually touched on issues like vets coming back and being a little bit messed up in the head, and and how they were treated, and that they were not respected.
Messed up in the head, or affected by Agent Orange and then neglected by the general populace. And
that's basically what it is. Yeah, it's there was reason. There's all kinds of reasons besides just PTSD. But yeah, because they didn't recognize stuff like that back then, right? It was, in World War I, if you wouldn't go over the trench, you were a coward and they shot you. In World War II, they called it shell shock, and you get slapped by General Patton. Vietnam, they just went, he's just messed up because of the drugs and stuff. And then now they're actually recognizing that there's something, trauma and stuff like that actually does affect you mentally. So I think it touched on those issues. Anyway, I'm going to give it a 2 thumbs up for sure.
Saying that when Are you saying when it's a madman trying to take over, literally take over the world, and almost the entire population of the world resists it and has support from the rest of the world? They go over in massive numbers, and they go over for what, a 1 year stint for the most part. They were in World War II for the duration, huh? But still, you had the entire world behind you. You come home and everybody was happy because you won, and then you get that mentality telling the guys coming back from Nam who didn't have the same situation with everyone supporting it and full military resources available in a obvious win. And then plus you had all the hippies and stuff spitting on them when they came back. And then you got your World War II and Korea guys telling them to suck it up. Like, come on. So I don't think they had a lot of support, not just because they didn't know what PTSD was, but because of the circumstances. There was a different type of war, and the environment in the country was just a different thing. And I think we failed in a lot of ways supporting those guys from all angles. The assholes that spit on them, and then the guys that didn't recognize the differences.
Yeah, and what I've heard a lot of people say, one of the big difference was when the guys came back from World War II, they came back on a ship. So they were on a ship with a bunch of guys who had been through exactly the same thing for like 30 days in some cases, right? Depending on where they're coming from.
Had time to stress, and the fanfare was like rejuvenating.
Yeah, but they got to talk to the other guys who'd been through it too, eh? Because that was all they had to do. I mean, it was really like those ships were packed like sardine cans with guys coming back. So, I mean, there was a lot of guys sitting around talking. So they had that kind of decompression period. Whereas the guys from Vietnam and that, they got off, they got on an airplane in a steamy jungle covered in shit, and they got off an airplane, in Los Angeles or something, and with a bunch of people spitting on them or calling them baby killers and shit. So it was a totally different way to come back from a war.
Do you think there's anything to it where after World War II, they could basically bring back a duffel bag, or if they could trade or finagle more than a duffel bag, they could bring back whatever they wanted, and in Nam, you couldn't bring back the AKs? I'd be butthurt if I couldn't bring back a bunch of AKs.
Yeah, that kind of be, yeah, that'd make you mad.
Cool.
All right, well, that was a good movie. Super awesome movie. I imagine everybody's seen it, but if you haven't, it's worth a watch.
Yeah,
I think it's up. I watched it again. It holds up pretty good.
yeah, it actually does. I mean, once you get past Stallone's acting, but you got to realize that was a good part for him because, there wasn't that much acting. It was more emoting.
Yeah, and if you listen to that DVD extra or whatever it was, that like behind the scenes, I guess he was pretty significant in the direction that the movie went in a different direction. Let's see, he was involved in some of the decisions on how the movie went different from the book. And I don't know if a different actor who had less like balls or whatever to stand up for what they wanted, like another actor might have just said, okay, and then we would have seen a drastically different Rambo movie, I think. One where, well, I really would have gone along with the book, and it was not a happy ending.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the reason too that why I think the sequels kind of sucked, because there wasn't any sequels. Like there wasn't any source material to go off of. I'm not going to spoil the ending, but I mean,
and also when they came out, Rambo was one of the first. I mean, there was some real drama type of Vietnam movies where people, after watching those dramas, people got to understand a bit of more of the significance. Time had gone by, and people started to understand the vets from Nam. And then you get into like the 80s, and all of a sudden, Rambo is probably one of the beginnings of this, but all of a sudden it was okay to make Nam movies. All of a sudden you start getting Chuck Norris Nam movies and just plain old action movies and stuff. And then the second, third Rambos go down that line. Like, oh, okay, now we can just make action movies set in Vietnam. Now it doesn't have to address any of the issues of Vietnam. It can just be the action from Vietnam, like the restriction or the whatever had been lifted.
Right. And yeah, you could make a lot of good action movies about it and TV. All right, so I think we've covered that. If you haven't watched Rambo, you bloody well should. So what's on tonight on Gun Channels? We got anything?
I know after us, Panzer Pondry's going to be running a lobby. Then Clover Tack is coming on. I don't know if there's anyone before him. I'm not sure when the Gun News Network comes on. But I know Clover Tack for sure is coming on. And then after that, Matt's coming on. Never Enough Ammo.
All right. So if nobody has anything else, why don't we wrap this sucker up? We're just a little over the hour, so.
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
All right. You got anything else, G-Webs?
Yeah, let's try to plug something once in a while. We don't just do this show for nothing. You owe us, so you can pay us by going over to your websites and buying stuff off of us so that we can continue to drive around and go on vacations and tell you about it.
Yeah, good point. Good point, because, yeah, we definitely, if you want to keep it going, keep the show, keep the gun tour and everything going, we need the De Niro's to do so. So, yeah. And we are terrible at plugging the show, plugging our almost everything. All right. So on that note, let's wrap it up with our quote. Today's quote's by Daniel Webster. Before that, though, I want to remind everybody, please like, share, thumbs up, subscribe. Tell your friends about the show. Get them to subscribe. Subscribe on your wife's account, your kids' accounts.
Let's talk about Bob says it every single day, but he doesn't just say it because it's something to say and we got to fill a certain amount of time. It's because that's super important to us. We got like 20-something people watching this. Yankee has like 1,000 plus. Do we suck that much more than Yankee? I don't think so. I think we offer something totally different than what anybody else is doing out there. I think it's legit. It's 3 dudes and a couple other guys that join us once in a while. And we're seriously trying to get people motivated and inspire people to shop at these stores. I don't point cameras at people, so you're not going to see the faces of gun shop owners when I tell them that I'm driving around the country looking at gun shops trying to promote the local store over the big box. But I tell you what, just go into a local gun shop and ask them if it's okay to take a picture, and you'll see for yourself the brightness that comes into their face and the smile that just happened out of reflex. We're doing something here. So I understand that the 26 people watching us aren't going to fund us. Unless y'all want to throw $100 a month in, then that would take us about half as far as we need to go, right? So it's not possible for you core viewers to do it. But what you guys can do is help recommend the show out there. Use your social platforms to throw the plug out for the show once in a while. Maybe just putting a link in out there, that can be super beneficial. We got channels out there or projects out there that are podcasting that have sponsors behind them. And we're not adverse to sponsors, but it's obviously not our main goal. It's not our main drive to make money, but at some point it's going to all fall apart here. We don't, Bob's retired, but Jimmy and I aren't. We have to pay bills and whatnot. We don't have a pension coming in. It's not like Bob's well off or anything either. So, if you want to see legitimate, real stuff happening, help us out. It would help a lot to have more than 20 people watching this thing. As we drive around and go talk to people at these shows and tell them that we're doing a daily podcast, I'd like to be able to have them show up one day and see the daily podcast with some significant numbers that impress them. I understand that 26 people are taking time out of their day, but let's try to get that to 260. Is that unreasonable? Yankee can get 1,000 to come in at night and watch him be a jackass in Yahoo, which is awesome for entertainment. But we're trying to get something done here. And we could use some help with sharing it, even if it seems frustrating, just by adding the @Daily Gun Show to your posts, even if the post has nothing to do with us necessarily, that could potentially help us get anchored out there, help our show, branding get out there, guerrilla marketing. It's all about individuals helping out to accumulate a lot of points on the internet, and that's how those search engines work. That's how those crawlers work. So those little pieces, like Bob says, like and share, that really does help us out. And you 26 people that are watching us now, the 100 or so people that end up watching this eventually after the fact, if you can't all participate financially, I can totally understand that. I'm dirt poor, but that extra effort can really help amplify us here. And at some point, the ball gets rolling, and we don't have to spend this much of the time trying to keep the show going. We can just talk about stuff more. So we appreciate it. Sorry to preach to the choir there, but we don't just say that to say it.
That's true. Anyway, so we're let's see where we got Daniel Webster's quote. So now that you broke my train, I had it all like, but no, seriously, that is a good point. We do need to make that point more often. That it's great having people watching this, but we really need to get this show out there and get more. Like he says, if Yankee can get that many people, then we should be able to get half that many anyway. So on that, quote by Daniel Webster: God grants liberty only to those who love it and are always ready to guard and defend it. So those are good words. And thanks everybody for watching and listening. We'll be back here tomorrow. So see you then.
The guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching gunwebsites.com.